Do you ever feel that life is just way too overwhelming?
Do you ever feel like life just gets in the way?
Or how everyone else makes it look so easy and you just can't figure it out?
All the time. And if this sounds like you, then grab a seat, get a cup of Joe or a glass of Merlot, and join the two broads from Boca as we discuss life and those taboo topics that you only talk about behind closed doors.
It is time to open those doors, embrace yourself, and take your power back.
So give us a call at 888-565-1470 and ask those unspoken questions.
Or simply just share an idea.
Hello, we are here in Boca Raton, Florida. We are the two broads from Boca. I am Dr. Amy Schreibman. I can say that with pride now.
Dr. Amy's in the house.
Dr. Amy's in the house.
I'm Dawn Graubert, and we are the two broads from Boca.
We are.
Aren't we? Lisa Monteleone-Hilgenfeld with us. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we'll
you for
welcome our
having me.
guests. But first, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do. So you are watching us or listening to us on 1470 AM. Big news, everyone.
Yes, come on, hurry.
10 days, 95.3 FM. You'll be able to listen to us on your radio or on your iHeartRadio app.
We don't have the call letters, do we?
We'll get the call later. It's 95.3. It's all good. Or 1470 AM. You can also watch us live stream right here on Two Broads from Boca Facebook.
Yes.
You can watch us on our website, www.twobroadsfromboca.com.
Soon we are going to Periscope.
Soon we're going to be on Periscope. So everything just gets bigger and bigger. I do just need to remember that password.
Including parts of my body that we don't want to discuss right now.
We may be having to change that password, but it's all good. And as Dr. Amy reminds us, all of our previous shows, if you're looking for them, are also on our recorded videos on twobroadsfromboca.com.
Yeah, so please, if you missed a couple and you want to catch up, we're always there. You can always see. If you liked one in particular, you thought you missed some information, go back and look.
Go back and look. All right, so fill us in. Big news.
It was so awesome.
Graduation.
Can I just tell you something? I have to tell you, I was duly impressed, and I'll say it really fast. Grand Canyon University, you totally rock. The best time ever. I was totally impressed with the whole university. It was beautiful. They treated us like we were royalty. I was so proud when they said we were only 2% of the United States population and 1% of the world's population have their doctorate degree.
Impressive.
It was
Way
very
to go, Dr.
impressive.
Amy.
Yes, it was very cool. But I will tell you, the university was beautiful, and the best part of the day, besides being announced in front of this arena of 29,000 people, Dr. Amelia Schreibman, when my kids said to me, "Mom, we're so proud of you." I literally started to cry. It was really awesome.
Isn't that the best?
I have to tell you a little funny joke, though. My husband texted me, because we all had our phones with us because we were allowed to do that, and we left them on the chair when we went up. He texted me, "It's a Christian university, and this is just a joke, so no one get their panties in a knot." He texted me, "Mazel tov." He goes, "And I can assure you I'm the only one here texting you those words." So it was really cute.
You never know. That's awesome.
It was really
Congratulations.
beautiful. Everybody was so happy. Honestly and truly, it was just fabulous. It was just a fabulous, fabulous day.
So you have your doctorate in nursing practice.
I am a doctor of nursing practice. I've been a doctor of nursing practice since June. I defended my dissertation, but
She
now
defended her dissertation.
Yeah. But now
You walk the walk?
I walk the walk, and
walk
I got
the
to
walk,
wear
you
the
talk the talk.
cool hat. So I was really excited about it.
Congratulations.
It was really awesome. Now enough about
So
me.
while you were doing that,
That's what I want to know about.
we had the Women's Expo, which was amazing. And it's so great that your son said that you, Mom, were so proud of you, because after the expo, my daughter texted me. She goes, "Mom," or she called me, "I just want you to know I'm so proud of everything that you've accomplished," which was really nice when you finally see your kids. Not that we do this for our kids to appreciate us.
No.
But as they grow up to see the hard work that it takes to be who you want to be,
I
to
think
empower yourself.
But I also think that makes us really cool parents. That
We're so
our kids,
cool.
that our kids. That's why we're the two broads. But that our kids really understood that.
So
You know
we
what I'm
started
saying?
live streaming. The event was incredible. They had pre-sold about 800 tickets.
Wow.
By the end of the event, there were 2,000 guests. And I thought I had 5 interviews to
She
do.
was exhausted.
I started at 10:15. I think I had a 30-minute break. And at 4:15, we were able to stop.
Wow.
It was just one after another. But the amount of empowerment and guests, and I don't even know what I said, probably by the end of the day. But the
you're
underlying message
exhausted.
was everyone has a story. Everyone has a journey that brought them where they are for a
true.
reason, good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever your past was that brought you to where you are, there's a reason for why you are where you are. And empower yourself and move it forward. And everyone just kept saying, work as if it has already happened. write it, see it, taste it, feel it, smell it,
I believe
be it,
that.
and then go backwards. It's already happened, and this is where I am now.
It's funny that you say that because the keynote speaker at our graduation said you've all already known what you wanted to do. It's just now that you're realizing it. So it was this is very weird. I'm getting a little chillies
Yeah, me too.
because I think
I
like
call them angel bumps.
it was the same. It's the same kind of thing, but we
Right.
were just in different places.
It's the same
That's why
thing.
we're the two broads.
So this is how it goes, and
Oh, that's weird.
I can even take it to where I am with Lisa. I grew up with Lisa and her family down in South Florida. And even through college, I majored in communications at University of Miami and then went and did special ed and pediatrics and raised my children in PTA. And 30 years later,
Here
I am back. So that was my journey to take me back. But if I can help empower other women and bring our mission and our voice forward. So we always say people don't suffer in silence. You want to get our message out, which is everything that we spoke to you about.
Right.
So welcome, Lisa.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you for
Lisa.
having me.
Thank you for being here.
So give us some of your history, and you are a high-risk breast and ovarian cancer advocate, speaker.
Right, because they call us high breast HBOC syndrome.
Yes.
HBOC syndrome.
Basically, I grew up in a family. I hate to say like a cancer family. So
Cancer family. Give us a call while you're listening to Lisa. I forgot to give the number, 888-565-1470. If you have any questions or comments
Or want to share
while
your
we're
story.
here, share your story, give us a call. And it's on the bottom third, 888-565-1470.
yeah. So my story is a great story because I grew up with a lot of cancer around me, but it was from the men's side of my family. So we all, as women and broads, but you're the
Yes.
broads, have friends that say, "Oh, my mom has breast cancer, my aunt had breast cancer,
Right.
my sister had breast." Maybe there's something going on.
But
And
explain that they didn't have breast cancer.
So the men in your family
correct, had prostate cancer.
Prostate
That
cancer.
was the big boom that we want to talk about, right? And I had doctors through the years tell me, "We don't think there's a connection. We don't think that women can get breast
Incorrect.
cancer." It was obviously very incorrect. So about 3 years ago, my cousin at 42 was diagnosed with breast cancer and actually did a BRCA test, and they identified who we call the culprit. And it's really pretty cool because it has its own address.
So there's BRCA 1
1
and
and
BRCA,
BRCA
2.
BRCA 2. There's a whole series of gene mutations that they've all that they've discovered, and they're
exactly.
continuously doing that. But the ones we'll talk about today are the BRCA 1 and 2 that are
Right.
specific to
And just
breast
for our,
ovarian.
our listeners to understand, genetics is a very big part of where medicine is going now. So this is very important that you understand that this is not, nobody's sucking out anything from your bones, or it's a simple blood test.
It is.
So it's not anything to be afraid of or to be intimidated by. It's just a simple blood test.
Right. Now, the things that are important to me, so what I'm passionate about is people finding a place of calm when we talk about cancer. Okay, so calm and cancer. It's
Calm and cancer, because
I
when
should
you,
never be in the same sentence.
So,
but
and when you talk about that, because I read your bio and some of the articles that have been written about you, that you have been giving a gift.
I have been given a gift.
And
You do like that?
I like that
Right.
because, I feel so many things, and everyone, and it goes back to the Empowerment Expo, everyone has their gift of whatever it is. So when I saw that, it resonated. I said, I have to ask you about the
My
gift.
gift.
So when you say calm and cancer, people
Right.
don't think calm and cancer as a gift. So
Right. Now, it
share.
would be unfair for me to say that I wasn't exactly calm when this first went down. Okay, so I'll
no, but that's true.
But you have to understand, when this went down for me 2 years ago, there wasn't as much talk about it. So that's what I want to do. I want to talk about it and say, hey, this is something, one, you can get through, and this is something we have to embrace, right? So the
what
gift
is your
for me,
gift?
my gift is a gift of information. My gift is the gift of knowing, hey, whether I know I have BRCA2 or I don't, I still have it, right? So now I'm in control.
I love that you
I'm in
just said
control.
that. And I think a lot of times people are so afraid,
Right.
it paralyzes them. And when you have fear, you're not in control.
Right.
You're
you're
letting
talking-
that control you.
Right.
You're talking calm, cancer, and control.
Wow, we
This-
added one
It takes
to
me back to
the
my
3 C's.
to my special ed. Now we're at 3 C's:
Yeah.
calm, cancer, control.
Well-
But those are all so important
Right.
to put together.
Right.
So when you did your genetic testing,
Right. Simple blood test, as Amy said.
simple
but
blood test, and you found out, what did you weren't calm? Maybe.
to be quite honest with you, I still was in a bit of denial that I would even have it for a multitude of reasons, because you're still thinking of doctors that say there really isn't a connection. I went with both of my sisters, and we all have roles in our family, and
Yes.
and I'm the calm one, and the two of them are lunatics. So I actually left that day and told my husband I got to go pick the two of them off the floor today.
No.
That's really what I thought I was going to do. So, it was about just filling myself with a lot of information, getting to understand it. There's so many choices that you can make when you have this information. And that's really, we can talk about the choices I made, but it's more about, getting women and men out there to understand. So for me, here's another point, a couple points. I want to talk about the test if we can.
Please.
But
Sure.
for me, one thing about that, we'll go to the test first. So we talk about a simple blood test. So just 2 days ago, I was working out with my trainer who's afraid. And Jamie, I hope you're not watching it, but she's had some fears about going to get the test. Jamie, I'll go with you. I'll hold your hand, whatever. Her mom had breast cancer as well. And she said, well, I was at my doctor's and he said he would run the test. So I think it's very important to get the word out there that there are genetic counselors that are trained.
Absolutely.
Right? And there's right now, I have this suspicion that other types of doctors are monetizing the situation or the technology or the science. So a lot with insurance is that you get one shot, they'll cover your
That's
insurance,
correct.
right? So you need to make sure that we're covering you for all the genes and we're making sure that it's the right thing.
I mean, like I told you before when we were having our little conversation prior to the show, even medication is now becoming a genetic-based kind of thing on how you prescribe. Like
Right.
people on, for example, on Coumadin. Some people, you got to give them Coumadin in a drum because it just doesn't work for them because they're genetically predisposed that it's not going to work for them.
There's so many things, and that's where science is, and that's why research is so critical.
Exactly.
And you talk about this link from your dad, your uncle, your grandfathers. And
Right.
I remember growing up with you, knowing all of these men in your life,
Right.
and knowing when your dad was diagnosed, and then, see, I've got these angel bumps again, and then moving it forward to your cousin who was diagnosed with breast cancer. So you and your two sisters got tested.
Correct. And I have one sister that was positive as well and one that
that's
is
not.
negative. And
So,
there's a 50%,
that's
the
it.
facts of the matter are that there's a 50% chance of you getting it from a parent that has it.
And it's 50%.
Well,
so
50%
it's not
siblings, parents, and children.
50-50.
So
Each
your
child,
your
each person. So I have 4 of my own children.
Your children are 50%
And I talk about
risk.
this because each of them has a 50% chance.
Absolutely.
None of them may have it. All of them may
Exactly.
have it. So it's very important that we stay abreast, no pun intended.
Yes.
I love saying that. We stay abreast of the science and the technology
Exactly.
and what's going in as it moves. So now my
Exactly.
kids talk about
Hold that thought.
We're gonna go to
talk
break.
about your kids when we get back. We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back.
break.
From simple sprains to highly complex surgeries, the Orthopedic Center of Palm Beach County has been serving the South Florida community for over 65 years with the finest orthopedic and pediatric care. Our physicians are each experts in their field, providing a complete spectrum of musculoskeletal care from prevention and diagnosis to treatment and rehabilitation for every part of the body in both children and adults. Our doctors are able to perform the most advanced treatment options available, including PRP therapy, stem cell, arthroscopic surgery, and microsurgery. At the Orthopedic Center of Palm Beach County, we are dedicated to providing a comprehensive solution to get you back to your routine as quickly as possible, in the shortest period of time, with the least amount of inconvenience. With 3 beautiful new offices located in Lake Worth, Boynton Beach, and Wellington, we are able to provide much-needed care to families in the South Florida area. Give us a call at 561-967-6500. From our experienced physicians to the most advanced treatment options to our state-of-the-art facilities and excellent support staff, the Orthopedic Center of Palm Beach County is committed to providing you with the very best care. Call us at 561-967-6500 or find us at www.ocpbc.com.
Know your body, gain control of your health, transform your life. If your body could talk, what would it tell you? At DexaFit, we show you how to take control of your health and fitness to live a happier, more fulfilling life. Hormones, metabolic health, and cardio fitness all play a significant role in your energy levels, sleep quality, and overall well-being. With our proven methods of measure, track, and discover, we show you how your body composition, cardio fitness, and metabolic health compare to your optimal level. At DexaFit, our goal is to help you identify and understand the health and fitness of how to transform your body to meet your individual goals, break through your plateaus, and take the guesswork out. Improve your energy levels, sleep, and weight. Give us a call at 561-923-8833. We are conveniently located at 2499 Glades Road in Boca Raton. Schedule an appointment online at DexaFit.com. Give us a call, 561-923-8833, and mention this ad for special pricing.
This portion of our show has been sponsored by Edelman, Barron, and Schreibman, MDPA, board-certified physicians in pulmonary, critical care, and sleep medicine. Offices are conveniently located in Boca Raton and Delray Beach, Florida. 561-488-2988.
Hey, 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 grab your glass of Merlot.
Or your cup of coffee. And if you want to join in on the fun, give us a call at 888-565-1470.
Let's rejoin the two broads from Boca. Let's join Dawn and Amy. Let's add an apostrophe to that. Us. Join Dawn and Amy. Welcome back to Two Broads from Boca.
Let's welcome ourselves
Let's
back.
welcome back. Welcome Lisa Mazzleoni-Hilgenfeld with us, who is a high-risk breast and ovarian cancer advocate. Give us a call at 888-565-1470 to join our conversation, to share your story, or ask a question. The comments I'm getting on our feed is great mission, ladies, great cause. Thank you for sharing your story. So thank you. And I know you want, we were talking about your children.
Yes. So each of my kids has a 50% chance of carrying the genes. So our approach with it is that this is just our family thing. We go back to the calm, right?
The calm,
right. So my kids.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was us on Facebook. Sorry.
How was it? Good?
Yeah, very
Okay. So my kids I don't want my kids to walk around and go, oh, cancer, it's all over, right? So we're calm about it. We say, look, that's our thing. There's families that have, depression, bipolar, diabetes, heart disease. We need to start talking about all of these things, right?
I agree.
All of these things. And that's how we're saving lives. We're going to save my children's lives because they're going to be ahead of the curve.
I think your point is that prevention,
early detection,
and
early detection, which is great. And there's ways to do that now. And
I
you
agree.
think about how, through the generations, we're making such progress. I think about my grandfather, how many years he was a grandfather versus how many years my father's a grandfather. And then I'd like to get more years because I have it.
Absolutely.
I have the information.
And it's important. And like you talked about before, the genetic testing, genetic counselors, or go to your qualified physician and just make sure when you're going to have the tests that genetically you ask the right questions. This is my family history. This is my mother, my father, my sister.
And don't
your
sit
children.
there. Dawn makes a really good point. When you go to your physician, don't just sit there and say, oh, okay, question. Push for what you want.
Right. Think about your
It's
history.
your body.
Your family's history. What made you say, you know what? My grandfather, my father, my uncle, my cousin.
We had been saying
now
it
what?
for years, but the information wasn't there.
There was no link at that time.
So actually, where I went in Orlando, there's a questionnaire you fill out, and there's actually a genetic cancer clinic now where I go. So
and where do you go? Just people who are listening
Orlando
to say
Health,
where.
Which is
Health
amazing,
has
by the way.
The UF Health Cancer Center. I don't really like anything affiliated with UF, but in this case, I'll make an exception, right?
Go Canes?
Yeah,
Go
right.
Gators?
Exactly. So no.
Go everything?
But, so at the UF Health Cancer Center, I went to a genetic counselor, and and it's look, Lisa, we've evaluated your family. You get a whole diagram, what your probabilities are, and do you want to take the test or not? You don't have to, but you get all the information. Because before we take this test, you have to understand, what are you planning to do with these results? These are the options. Think about these things. If I just went to my family physician and said, hey, everyone's got cancer, great, let me run your blood. That's the same physician when I tell him I have a stomach ache says, I can't deal with you. You have to go to the GI. But he's going to run genetic tests on me.
So what do you do with that information? What you get and you say, all right, now what? You want to be empowered to have the right team in place. Because in your case, in one of your sister's case, you guys made the decision to say, yes, I'm going to do something about it.
Right.
Are you comfortable sharing what you did?
Absolutely. You want me to share it, or do you want to? So before we had it, there was a lot of talk. Look, if you have it, you have, I don't even remember the numbers anymore, 50-something% chance of ovarian cancer, lifetime. So you can get really frightened when you hear this.
Absolutely.
87% breast cancer, lifetime, not tomorrow, lifetime.
Within your lifetime.
Right. So you have to, in the next 10 years, you get all that. So I remember saying, look, if I have it, you can have my ovaries, but you can't have my boobs. That was the first thing I said. So the day I found out, I said, you can have my ovaries, but you can't have my boobs.
Why that, though?
I like my boobs.
Okay,
Yeah, but I have to say, I think that is a very huge component, particularly when you're dealing with physicians. That I think now it's turning around. But a lot of women, not that they identify themselves with their breasts, but
it's part of who you are.
It's who you are. It's part of us. We breastfeed from that. We have other things
I don't
with
know,
that.
I'd like them a little bigger, I
you know.
think. Although Victoria's Secret
I
is
just
my
like
very best friend.
I like my
I had
picture.
some-
They gave me
I had
nice
some good
boobs.
bras, too,
No, but
at the time.
I don't think that that's a foreign.
But then your
reply.
story changed.
Right. So, I did share this with Dawn. So, my ovaries were out within a week. And
I
4
would've
days
done that,
after
too.
they were out, I'm at Florida State University taking my second son to college. But I'm a trooper, no big deal.
Right.
So, for the next couple months, we decided my choice was surveillance. We're going to go get
watch.
MRIs and alternate them. We're going to watch. And, 2, 3, 4 months, all of a sudden, this black cloud is over my head. Like, this is
Like a
coming
monkey.
to get me. This is
Right.
going to come and get me. And I can't live with this anxiety. So, we went.
Of when, if, maybe.
Right.
knows?
What if
Right.
what if I have this information and because I didn't have the courage
Absolutely.
to do something about it, my kid's getting married in 10 or 15 years and,
you're
I'm
not there.
sick.
Or you're
Right.
not there.
Or I'm not there. So I have to do everything I possibly can with this information. Now everyone out there, we're afraid to get the information, but it's there. So take the
But I will
information.
tell you,
Information.
the CDC came out after Angelina Jolie had her double mastectomy. They call it the Angelina Jolie effect.
I'm not very happy with that.
I agree with you,
And
but
how
that's
that
what they
leads
call.
to
But that's what
by
they.
the way.
Right.
However, the fact that her celebrity kind of raised
yeah, it started
attention
the
to that
conversation.
and did have the
Agreed.
conversation, but they really called it the Angelina Jolie
Well, I
effect.
read an
I'm not
article
making it up.
that
You
said,
can Google
but
it.
why I get a little bit, chippy about it is because I read an article that said since Angelina did that, all these other women are making this choice. And you're saying,
Absolutely.
what? That's absurd. That you would actually
is what-
dumb down women by saying,
exactly what I was
"Oh,
gonna say.
I'm going
That's
to
the
take my
point.
boobs off because she did."
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I
the
don't
You
think
have
point.
to
she
do
was
because,
point.
and that goes back to the empowerment of women.
right.
You have the information. Choose for yourself.
Right.
And I know
Right.
from what I read, your daughter said, "Mom,
Oh, she did. She said, "Get them off." I finally had. She's 13, so she was 11. So I said, "Get them off. Don't you want to be here when I'm bigger?" Out of
That's
the
it.
mouth of babes. And I thought, hey, you make a very good point. So let's just go through all this crap as a family, and I did. So it's been just less than 2 years.
But let's tell our listeners you were not diagnosed with breast cancer.
I
This
was not
prophylactically.
right, which is
done.
such a bizarre
prophylax."
place
So you're
now.
BRCA2 positive, and the research from everything I did was BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene means a 60 to almost 90% chance of getting breast
Absolutely.
cancer within your
Lifetime.
lifetime. So you 69 90%.
I don't like those odds.
The
I
odds
I
are
didn't like
pretty
those
good
odds.
over your lifetime. So you're constantly sitting with this cloud and nearly 50% chance of ovarian cancer as BRCA1 or BRCA2
Right.
positive.
And BRCA2 more with the ovarian and breast connection.
Yes. And so the morning after my surgery in the hospital, I turned around, saw my husband there, and I just said, "The black cloud is gone." And he was like, "What?"
Like a
Because
relief.
he was like, "I'm off to Starbucks. I'll be right back." The black cloud was gone.
and
There were still things that we had to deal with
I
as
agree.
a family and
I
get
agree.
through. And Dawn made reference to now. Fast forward, so almost 2 years later. Forget the boobs. They look good. I look good.
They
I've
look
had great
great.
surgeons.
girls look good.
Taking the ovaries out, 12 years before I probably would have hit the menopause
I know, but
has
that's
been
okay.
the
But I
more
wanna
difficult
say
challenge.
one
Yeah,
thing
see, I
as-
should have brought my fan, everybody.
I know,
I
I'm
keep
okay at the
saying
moment.
But
that fan.
as just to let our listeners know as well, men and women, if you have your ovaries removed, that still does not mean, or you have the whole clean sweep,
Yeah.
you still have to go to the gynecologist and you still have to have pelvic exams.
Absolutely.
That's very
Absolutely.
important. But a lot of people think, well, I had a hysterectomy.
no,
I
no.
don't need to go. You
It
need
just
to
means
go.
you can't get pregnant anymore. But
You can still
honestly,
have
Well, good to know.
gynecological
That's
issues.
it.
4 kids later.
you know, 4 kids later,
Yeah.
really. But
Good to know.
definitely
You're
genetic
absolutely right.
testing.
It's a great point because you don't want to sit like I don't sit back and say, okay, I have no boobs and I have no ovaries.
No.
I'm safe. I actually go to Orlando Health every year,
Right.
and they have in their genetic clinic. They have a former breast oncologist. And I just see her and say, it's your job to just keep me healthy.
And
so,
that's exactly right.
BRCA is not going to come get my, boobs or my ovaries, but let's just make sure everything else is
Stay
is
healthy.
running well.
You've empowered yourself. You took the information, and it's hard information to take.
And again,
And
I
you
just want to
move
say
forward.
to our listeners, BRCA1 and BRCA2 is specific, yes, for breast and ovarian. However,
Prostate.
you have prostate cancer involved there, and there are other cancers involved there. So please don't think, well, things can happen. And I think for the men in our audience, please understand, you are at risk for breast cancer as well. 400 and some odd men will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year in our country, and about 2,000 will die from breast cancer.
So early detection, self-exams,
Prevention.
teenage girls, prevention. There is treatment. There's no reason to hide.
Right.
There's actually an event coming up this Saturday with somebody else we went to high school with.
Yay.
Called Every Boob Counts. It is Saturday,
they
October
do.
22nd. It is at John Prince Park. So if anyone's interested, it is the only competitive 5K run and walk for breast cancer, and everyone gets a medal. They have about 1,000 people there.
When is
So
it again?
it is this Saturday, October
That's
22nd.
the one I was talking. I'm going for a friend.
Go to Every Boob Counts. You can find it on Facebook, online. Just Google it. Lisa, thank you so much.
Lisa,
Thank
you were awesome.
Thank you for
Thank you.
listening
It was a
to me,
pleasure.
ladies.
If you have any questions or want to get in touch with Lisa, contact me or Dr. Amy. Two Broads will get you in touch.
Absolutely.
Genetic testing and your physician.
And go on to the run on to the walk on Saturday. It's really important.
And we'll see you next week with Dr. Mark Gardner, cardiologist. Have a
Cardiac
beautiful
health.
week. Stay happy and healthy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been hanging with the two broads from Boca.
If you have gained some confidence or an idea to create a better day, then we have made a difference.
Join us every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on WWNN.
Give us a call, feel inspired as we continue to open those doors and have some fun.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
My name is Trevor Matcham, administrator at Whitehall, Boca Raton. Whitehall is a long-term